Hello and welcome back to the We Are City channel, and today we're doing the FIFA 22 Manchester City predictions. So at first we start with the goalkeepers, and the first one is of course Ederson on FIFA 21, 88 rated. I haven't showed you the players' individual stats because I think it's too much to go into, you know, what stats are going to increase and so on, but Ederson's had a fantastic season, and this is what I'm predicting him to be on FIFA 22. I'm predicting a 90 rated goalkeeper in Ederson, Brazilian goalkeeper, matching Alisson. Maybe Alisson will get maybe a downgrade, I'm not quite sure, but he deserves the recognition, Ederson, as one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and no doubt the best goalkeeper with the ball at his feet. And I think a 90 rated goalkeeper for Ederson after the clean sheets he's had. I know the defence has been good, but I think that's a very fair rating. And for all these ratings I do give, let us know in the comment section down below if you agree with them. But with Ederson, I've gone for a 90 rating. Next up is Zach Steffen in his debut season at Manchester City, the American goalkeeper, and he started the season as a 76 rated, and I'm predicting a minor upgrade for him on FIFA 22. I've predicted a 77 rated for Zach Steffen. He hasn't played much football, but he's played in a Carabao Cup final, which City won. He played all the way through the Carabao Cup, all the way to the FA Cup semi-final. I know he made a mistake against Chelsea, but he played earlier on in the season, didn't he, when Ederson was out with COVID, had to isolate for 2 weeks. And Steffen performed really well. He was in that win at Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and he was a big part of City, you know, winning at Old Trafford as well against Manchester United. So I think a 1+ rating for Zach Steffen seemed very fair. So on to the fullbacks now with Kyle Walker, who was rated 85 rated at the start of FIFA 21, which I think is a fair rating, but I think he's been even better than last season, this season. I know he's had a bit of a wobble in the middle, and people saying Cancelo better, always play Cancelo, but in the big games, Pep Guardiola chose Kyle Walker because of his defensive ability, but also his ability going forward as well. His passing's decent enough. Maybe in the final third, he's not the best, but he's one of the best fullbacks in the world and in Europe. And I think a +1 rating is pretty fair for Kyle Walker. He's kept Mbappe quiet. He's kept Neymar quiet. He's kept plenty of players quiet in big games this season. And that's why I think Kyle Walker will get an upgrade from an 85 to an 86, and it's a deserved one. So next is Kyle Walker's competition in João Cancelo. When he joined Manchester City, actually, he was an 85 rated card after the back of a Team of the Season performance. And he got a Team of the Season card, didn't he, for Juventus. Last year, hardly played any football for Manchester City, was downgraded to an 83. This season has excelled in that sort of fullback, the false fullback role, whatever you want to call it, where he's been playing in midfield, he's been playing all over. I always say on our live streams, João Cancelo, he's got, you know, Samir Nasri at fullback. He's got such technical ability, and I believe that after the Team of the Season performance he's put in this year, he will get an upgrade. And I think one less than Kyle Walker, an 85, is very fair for João Cancelo. He's a top fullback. Like Walker, one of the best in Europe, in the world. How lucky Manchester City to have them both. So João Cancelo, 85 rated. Now on to the left fullbacks with Benjamin Mendy. Mendy on FIFA 21 set off with an 81 rating. I believe he will get a downgrade in the next FIFA down to 79. I think, you know, EA Sports were pretty nice to Mendy to give him an 81 at the start of FIFA 21, hoping that maybe he'll get back to, you know, just something close to that Monaco Mendy. And he's not going to get there, is he? And I think even we might not see a Manchester City Mendy card on FIFA 22, because I don't believe he will be at Manchester City next season. He'll probably be out on loan at another club, maybe a French mid-table side. He's just not got the quality anymore, unfortunately. After those 2 injuries, his knees are completely gone. Got no pace, nothing. He can't even cross, and that was the one thing he was good at. So Benjamin Mendy, I'm predicting a -2 downgrade for him, and I think it's deserved if he does get a -2 downgrade. Surely that's going to happen. So last of the fullbacks is Alexander Zinchenko, who's played so many games for Manchester City this season. He's proven all the doubters wrong, hasn't he? He is probably our first choice left back. He started FIFA 21 with an 80 rating. I believe he deserves, and hopefully EA Sports think that as well, to go to an 82 rated fullback in FIFA 22. He's been fantastic. I'm always saying about Cancelo and Walker, you know, Walker's kept Neymar and Mbappe quiet. Well, Zinchenko did just as good a job on the left-hand side. He kept Neymar quiet as well. He kept Mbappe quiet. He kept Angel Di Maria quiet. And when he came on in that second leg at PSG, he was absolutely fantastic. So Alexander Zinchenko deserves an upgrade. So I'm going to an 82 for Zinchenko and Manchester City's #1 left-back choice. So now into the centre-backs, and we just cannot say any more about this man. He's absolutely incredible. Everything he's done this season is unbelievable. He's transformed Manchester City defensively. He came in 81 rated on FIFA 21, and I'm predicting an absolutely massive upgrade for him. Van Dijk levels of performance from this man, Ruben Diaz. I'm predicting an 87 rated card for the centre-back, and I think even that is a bit underrated considering Virgil van Dijk's a 90 rated, Ramos a 90 rated. He is getting close to their level. I think, personally, I'd give him an 88, an 89. I think an 87 is what he will get. I think that is deserved, that massive upgrade. Considering he's only 81 now, I think 87, anything more than that is a massive push. Probably too much of an upgrade, considering we don't know how he's going to perform in Season 2 on FIFA 22, of course. But Ruben Diaz, an absolute fantastic defender. Probably, at the moment, the best centre-back in the world. And a massive upgrade is definitely needed. Next is Aymeric Laporte, and if you told me last season that City could play games without Laporte at the back and be fine, no City fan would have agreed with you. Laporte was our most important defender, but since Diaz and Stones have formed that partnership, Laporte hasn't been in this season. He's hardly played, hasn't he? He can't get in ahead of Stones or Diaz. And double change for him going into FIFA 22, I believe, because look at this. Not only is going to be downgraded, I think he will be downgraded to 86 because of a quiet season. I know he's been injured as well, but EA Sports don't look lightly on injuries. If you're injured, you get downgraded. Don't be surprised if, like, the Virgil van Dijk, despite his injury, gets downgraded for Liverpool. So I've gone from Laporte from an 87 to an 86, which I think is fair. I think only one down. He shouldn't go any more than one down because we don't know how he's going to perform next season. And also a nation change from France to Spain because he will be representing Spain at the Euros in Euro 2020, which is really exciting. I think him and Ramos could form an amazing partnership, couldn't he, at the back for Spain. So a one downgrade for Aymeric Laporte. Next for centre-backs is John Stones, who started FIFA 21 as an 80 rated centre-back, and he has been absolutely unbelievable this season. Turned it around completely, hasn't he? Him and Diaz, the best defensive partnership in the Premier League by far, and I believe he deserves a massive upgrade. And I've gone for a bold prediction here for an 85 rating for John Stones. I think he deserves it. 85 for Stones is, you know, I think perfect for him. I think realistically, maybe we're going to see an 84 at most. 83 is probably what they're going to go for EA Sports. They're not usually kind to John Stones with ratings. I can understand why he's an 80 this season. But 85 is what he deserves on the back of this season's performance. And hopefully EA Sports give him that upgrade in FIFA 22. For the last of the centre-backs now, and it's Manchester City's £41 million signing Nathan Ake, who you could say has been a bit of a flop, hasn't played many games for City, but when he's played, I think he's been solid. He's got pace at the back, he's cool, calm and collected, and I really do like him. Can play at centre-back, can play at left-back, and I've gone for a -1 downgrade for Ake in FIFA 22. That's the prediction I think I'm giving him. I can't see EA Sports upgrading him any, and I can't see him keeping at 79 either. I think they will downgrade him to 78, which is probably pretty fair, isn't it, on the performance he's had this season. Hasn't really played much, but like I said, EA Sports, if you don't play because you're injured, they give you a downgrade for that, and Ake's been injured most of the season, so Ake from a 78 to a 79. So now into the midfielders, and starting with the defensive midfielder, the one who's played most games for Manchester City this season, a favourite of Pep Guardiola, and of course probably in the mould of Sergio Busquets, really, a player comparing to, and that is Rodri. 85 rated on FIFA 21, and I'm predicting an upgrade. Like most of the players in this episode, they're going to be upgrades. I'm expecting plenty of upgrades for Manchester City in FIFA 22 after the performances this season. Rodri going from an 85 to an 86, just a +1, which I think is fair, no more than that, and that ranks him up there with probably one of the highest defensive midfielders on the game. Now it's Fernandinho, the captain, was a centre-back, 84 rated on FIFA 21. Didn't have the best season last year, but he was playing at centre-back for most of the time. He's the captain of the club, and he is absolutely fantastic. We're still unsure whether he's going to stay at Manchester City. His contract is up at the end of the season, but he's absolutely ridiculous. And I think he deserves to stay at the club for as long as possible. Whether, you know, we think he shouldn't do, whether we think we should, I think this is what Fernandinho deserves on FIFA 22. Back to a central defensive midfielder and up to an 86. He's the best holding midfielder at the club, I think. Him and Rodri probably on par, bring different things to the game. But the performances that Fernandinho's put out this season, he deserves to be promoted to an 86 rated easily from EA Sports. Whether he'll do that because of his age, but I think an 86 rating is deserved for Fernandinho. Next is İlkay Gündoğan, a Player of the Season nominee in the Premier League, of course, deserved. Same Player of the Season for Manchester City nominee, the German. He's been sort of a goal scorer for City when they haven't got one from midfield, hasn't he? And he's been fantastic. I think his best season he's ever had at Manchester City this year. 83 rated on FIFA 21, and I am expecting a big upgrade. I've gone with an 86 rated for Gündoğan. That's what he was when he first joined City. That's what I think he deserves. He's back at that level. He's the highest level he's ever been at City. I think 86 is deserved for a midfielder of his quality. Probably an 85 is a bit more realistic. That's what EA Sports are going to go for. But I think, you know what, they can push the boat out on this one. They can really push it for Gündoğan. He's been fantastic. You know, how many Player of the Month awards has he won in the Premier League as well? And if, you know, players like Bruno Fernandes are 88, 89 rated, İlkay Gündoğan deserves that 86 easily. Our next midfielder is our vice-captain, Kevin De Bruyne. and on FIFA 21 he is 91 rated. Now I think he probably deserves an upgrade on FIFA 22. He is the best midfielder in the world in my eyes, and I don't think he will get an upgrade because he was even better, I think, last year, this year, the year before last, before he was before that, if you understand what I'm saying. He keeps getting better and better every year. He's been fantastic against this season, playing that false 9 role up top. But I don't think he'll get an upgrade because, you know, EA Sports, they want to keep Messi and Ronaldo at the top at 93, 92 rated. They won't be pushing anyone anywhere near them too. As close as they get, even Lewandowski, he deserved the 92, didn't he? But he was stuck at 91. So I believe Kevin De Bruyne will stay at 91, but he's been unbelievable. I think personally he does deserve a 92. I just cannot see him getting any more upgrades, getting any closer to Messi, because EA Sports just will not do that. And now for the finale of the central midfielders, because Bernardo Silva, 87 rated right winger on FIFA 21. I think he was a bit lucky to keep that rating. He was really poor for City last year. I expected a downgrade maybe to an 86 and 85. He didn't get that. And going into FIFA 22, I predict him an 87 rating. I think he will stay at that rating because he was lucky to not get downgraded last year. And I've moved him to a central midfielder. It's about time they made him a more central player. He hardly plays in that right-hand side, does he, for City? He's more of an attacking midfielder. He's more of a central midfielder. That's his best position. That's where he works best, in behind the striker as a false 9. He's very versatile as well. And he's been sort of one of the most important players for City this season. As soon as he's come back into the side, City have started to work again, haven't they? Everything's started to tick again. He covers the ground in midfield, and he's a perfect mixture between hard work and magical technical ability, and he combines them both, and that's exactly what you want in a footballer, the perfect footballer. So Bernardo Silva sticking at 87, but moving to a central midfielder. Now onto the forward players and onto the wings, and we've got Raheem Sterling. Was incredible for City. Maybe not last season, but the season before. And he's been fantastic for City for so long. You know, our top goal scorer, barring Sergio Aguero. However, he has had a dire season, hasn't he, Sterling? And maybe a dire 18 months. And you're starting to think, is it form? Is it really form? The way he's playing, he can't pass, he can't dribble, he can't shoot. And I'm predicting a big downgrade for Sterling. I believe he's already been downgraded offline to an 87. I'm thinking he will go down to an 86 on this year's FIFA 22. I do believe he's going to get downgraded massively. He's been poor. And no doubt he can get back to the levels of an 88. I believe he can get to a 90 rated eventually. I think he's that good. But at the moment, he's been shocking for so long for City now. I believe an 86 rating is probably fair for Raheem Sterling because he definitely isn't our best winger. Now on to, I believe, is definitely our best winger at the moment. That is the Algerian Messi, as they call him, Riyad Mahrez. 85 rated on FIFA 21 as a right wing, and I believe he deserves an upgrade. And the upgrade I've gone is only by 1 to an 86 on FIFA 22. However, I believe they could easily push him to an 87 here, even an 88 at one point. He's been that good at times for Manchester City. Absolutely electric on that right-hand side. Some of the runs he makes, some of the goals he scores, pivotal in the Champions League. He's fantastic, Riyad Mahrez. I think an 87 is probably deserved for him, but I don't believe they'll go higher than 86, so I've gone for +1 for Riyad Mahrez on that right-hand side, 86 rating. Next is one of the most talented English players I think the world has ever seen, and that is Phil Foden. A 79 rated attacking midfielder, a massive upgrade for him last year on FIFA 21. I believe he's in for another massive upgrade. I've gone for him a position change to left wing where he's played most of the season, although I do see him, in the long term being more of a central midfielder. Pep says it's down to his tempo, and an 83 rated left winger. I think that is more than deserved for Phil Foden, 83 rated. You could have gone even higher for him on FIFA 22, but I think 83 is reflective of how good this season has been for him. And just think, if he's that good now at 21 years of age, wait till he starts playing more and more football and gets better and better and better, scores more goals. And I'm pretty sure at some point he's going to score the best goal we've ever seen, a Messi-esque goal. Just some of the runs he goes on is unbelievable. So Phil Foden with a massive upgrade from 79 to 83. So for our final winger, it's Ferran Torres. He will move, I believe, from a right midfield to a right wing, and I've kept him at 81. No changes for Ferran. I actually think he's been really good this season. Probably City's most underrated player, scoring really important goals. Was City's top goal scorer in the Champions League, and City's top goal scorer in all competitions at one point. Underrated. I think next season we're going to see the best of Ferran. But on FIFA 22, I don't believe there'll be any upgrades or downgrades. I don't think he deserves a downgrade. Maybe he'll get one, but I really don't think that's deserved. I think he's a really good player. He's underrated massively, and he's going to be really good for Manchester City in the future. So I've kept him at an 81 rating. So finally, the last player of the current squad, however, I have picked out 3 players of what I think the future squad could be. 3 signings that we will be rating in this episode. And it's Gabriel Jesus, an 83 rated striker, the only striker at the club. Yet he's not really a striker, is he? Because he can't finish. He really can't finish. So on FIFA 22, I'm predicting a massive downgrade. I could have gone lower, but I've gone for an 83 to an 81. I think he's lucky there because he could easily have gone down to an 80. I believe his future is out on the wide areas. I don't think he's a striker purely because of his finishing ability, purely because his positioning. He's always offside, isn't he? A really frustrating player. It's good technically, good on the ball, just not good in front of goal. So I think an 83 to an 81 is fair. I'm probably quite lucky for Gabriel Jesus for FIFA 22. So yeah, these are the 3 signings, 3 players most heavily linked, I believe, to Manchester City, and 3 key positions City need to improve on. Maybe not key positions, but 3 players you think they will sign. First is this man, Nuno Mendes, didn't actually have a card on FIFA 21, so I had to create one at 77 rated, the 18-year-old fullback, getting in the Portugal squad, so clearly he's of high quality. Benjamin Mendy, I believe he's going. Nuno Mendes is a perfect replacement, and on FIFA 22 I'm predicting, just because if he does get the move to Manchester City, it will be around 50 million. I'm predicting a 78 rated for Nuno Mendes, the fullback. I believe that's the way it will go. You know, usually players that go from another league to a big club, City, United, Barcelona, Real Madrid, whoever it is, they do give them a sort of an upgrade, even if they haven't deserved an upgrade. I think 77 is fine for him now, but 78 is probably what he will get if he moves to Manchester City, and he probably will become City's first choice fullback. So next player that's been heavily linked with Manchester City is Jack Grealish. Whether this will happen or not, I'm not quite sure. Pep's a big admirer of the English international, and he's an absolutely fantastic player. I rate him really highly as well. So he's 80 rated as a left winger on FIFA 21. I believe if he does move to City, we'll see him more of an essential, central role rather than out on the wing on the left-hand side. But on FIFA 22, I'm predicting an 83 rated, an upgrade of 3 for Jack Grealish. I think he deserves it. I think he's underrated and 80 rated currently on FIFA 21. And I'll keep him as a left wing. I do believe he'll play more of an attacking midfield role for City, more central. He can dictate the tempo of a game, can't he, Grealish? He's a top quality player, and I believe a move to Manchester City would be perfect for him and his career to work under Pep Guardiola. So a big upgrade for a possible signing Jack Grealish from an 80 to an 83. And finally, it's the striker position, and there's only one man that's heavily linked with Manchester City over and over and over again. City is surely going to sign a striker, and maybe this man will be the one. Erling Braut Haaland, Manchester City fan. Everything just seems perfect for the move, doesn't it? Despite it going to be 150 million or something. City have never spent the big money like that, but maybe they will do it on this man because he's a generational, as they call it, talent. 84 rated on FIFA 21, and I believe he's going to get an upgrade in FIFA 22, and I predict an 86 rating for Erling Haaland. Everything he touches turns to a goal, doesn't it? His link-up play is good, he's strong, he's quick, he's unbelievable to watch, he's exciting to watch, and he's going to be one of the best players in the world. City cannot afford to miss out on him. I think they will miss out on him, personally I think they will, but I think he's the one that City have been linked with heavily for that striker position. And imagine him, an 86 rated striker, at the top of this team with all these other players, all these other ratings we've gone through. It would be unbelievable for Manchester City off FIFA, and of course if you're a FIFA fan on FIFA 22, everyone will want to use Manchester City. So thank you very much for watching. Please do like the videos, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and let us know in the comment section below who you think the rating should be for some of these players. Do you agree, disagree? Let us know. We'll see you next time.